Hey folks, I'm Jack Fossett, and this is the LPD Pedals 68 Drive. This is a great pedal, and this is a Marshall in a box kind of pedal, but with a lot more going on under the hood than you might expect. First of all, one of the things that I noticed when I first got this is a really sleek looking pedal. I just absolutely love the design. I love the kind of clean enclosure with, you know, the combination of the dark lettering here and then the kind of seafoam color with the chrome knobs. It's just super flashy looking pedal. Really sleek, well done design. Now this runs on 9 or 18 volts. Right now you're hearing it in this demo on 9 volts. I'm more of a 9 volt person, you know, with 18 volts it kind of opens it up more and gives it a little bit more headroom. With pedals, I like there to be a certain amount of slightly, you know, this. Anyway, you're hearing this on 9 volts, but it will do 18 volts. Now, the literature to this suggests that the design came from wanting to recreate the sound of a beloved 68 Plexi, the old classic Marshall, you know, vintage Marshall kind of drive sound. And it does that well. But that's really just a starting point, I think, because there are a lot of Marshall in a box pedals. Some work really well, some don't work really well, some work in certain contexts and things. And I'll tell you what I like about this one. I like that the sound really integrates with your tone very well, right? So you get all that Marshall character and vibe, but not in an awkward way. There are some that when you kick it on, there's some Marshall in a box pedals that when you kick them on, it's like, yeah, they kind of give you the Marshall sound, but there's something about it, like going into another amp that, like, it sounds sort of forced. This is hard to describe, and it's just kind of a vibe you get almost more than the actual tone you're hearing. This one just, it gives you that Marshall vibe and that kind of classic Marshall, that upper mid-rangey, you know, it almost has like a hint of a Voxy thing going on with some of the old Marshall sounds. It's got that upper mid-rangey glass to it and everything that works well. And then, of course, you know, when you get up into pushing it, it gets that really nice classic crunch without getting crazy oversaturated. When I say it integrates well, I just feel like it blends with your guitar signal really well, so it gives you the right kind of Marshall in a box vibe, but without feeling like it's just this awkward tone juxtaposed with what you were playing before. So that's one thing. Now, the other thing, and this is something that I really like about LPD pedals, and I talked about this in my review of the Dutch, is the EQ. Now, there's something else that's kind of really cool going on with this, and that has to do with the drive and the bass. Now, when you turn the drive up, it slightly attenuates the bass to keep the bass kind of tight, and so that you're not just getting this really ultra thick woofy kind of drive tone that you can sometimes get. But the bass knob exists before the clipping, so if you want to pull back in some of the bass, you can do that. And the goal was to give you the idea of blending the normal and the bright channels on a Plexi, which any of you who have played through or own a vintage style Marshall that has a normal and a bright channel, you know that makes a big difference in your tone, is what channel you're going into or if you're blending the channels. So having that kind of bass and drive knob work in tandem like that is really cool and gives you a lot of tonal flexibility. And the other thing in general, and this was the thing that I talked about in the Dutch video, the treble and bass just works so well because of the frequencies that they target. If you push the treble, it gets brighter and it gets clearer, but without just being like, you know, like you're waking up first thing in the morning and you go over and you go to open the blinds and you don't realize that it's 10:30 a.m. and the sun is, you know, and you kind of, it's not like that. The treble gives you just the right kind of frequencies that really give more fidelity to your signal, but don't make it awkwardly and harshly bright. Likewise, when you pull the treble, it can back off some edge, but without just making it Mud City. And then the bass is the same. You can push the bass, and what it does is it affects the right kind of frequencies that allow you to thicken and fatten up your tone without just making it muddy and without hitting those frequencies that are just gonna get lost with the bass player and the drummer. And if you pull the bass, it would just really cut through a mix, but it doesn't make your tone sound just thin. It just kind of pulls out some of the frequencies that you don't want. It's an excellent edge of breakup pedal. Excellent edge of breakup pedal. It just gives you that right dynamic response where you hit a chord and there's just a little bit of edge to it, and you dig in and there's more edge to it, and really responds to your picking. Now, I do want to mention that this is a sponsored demo. I've done a couple of demos here in collaboration with LPD pedals. That being said, my opinion is not and never has been paid for in any way. This is my honest opinion of this pedal. This is going to see time with me on my board and in recording. This is a great pedal. It's just got a great sound. I think this is one of those foundation kind of pedals. I get the sense that for a lot of players, this is one that you're going to want to have always on. It just sweetens your tone. Even if you were to use it just as a boost, this would be a great type of pedal for using as a boost to just give your tone a little extra. So, you just heard it, we're playing with a Fender Stratocaster. I'm going into a Franklyn Amps Tweed 5E3. Next, you're going to hear it with a Les Paul so that you can hear it with both single coils and humbuckers. Let us know in the comments, do you have the LPD 68? There's also a Deluxe version, which looks amazing, and based on how good this one is, I'd love to try out the Deluxe version as well. Let us know if you have the 68 or if you have one of his other pedals. I'm Jack Fossett. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video.